Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are continuing on our number 11 build of our pet shop. So we have all of our display things I've showed, we have our leashes, we finished up our little shopping bag and our box. So let's jump in. We're gonna do some flowers, okay y'all? There's 6 vases to fill, so let's see if we can get through them or how many we're gonna get through. Y'all know this is not my favorite. So we will do this though. We will follow along everything they say until it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, I'll adjust. So we're gonna start with our green crepe paper and our black, like, elongated vase here. And then we need 4 of these bright yellow little flowers. So that's 2 because there's 1 on each end. Okay. And what size is our... Oh, there's one of my other missing metal pieces from last video. Whoops. It needs to be 2.5 by 2.5. So my squares are 1 centimeter, so 1, 2.5 by, get it lined up, whoops. One, 2.5. My mark go. So just a little square, and now, okay, we're gonna do the cutting to make grass. So we just kind of cut V's about 2/3 of the way down. And you don't want to cut straight because it'll just, well, it won't look like grass. I don't think it looks like grass anyways. This is not my favorite way to do things, but we will do it. Come on, let go. Okay, and then we're going to, for now, I'm just going to cut my stems pretty much in half. Gather them together. And then, so the bulk of it sits just at kind of at the baseline of your, where your cuts start. I'm going to use my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue that I have in a squeeze bottle with a precision applicator tip, slightly watered down. Just going to put some glue on there, and then we're just going to roll this. Maybe. It's not the easiest. And then we're just going to continue to roll all the way across our paper. I'm going to put some glue on the last part of that paper so that when it rolls together, it will stick to itself. And then I'm going to trim off the excess stems. Okay, now we can take our little leaves and kind of maneuver them to however you like the look of them. I just kind of bend them down a little bit. All right, so it's gonna fit pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the glue on my stem. And then right down to the bottom. It's not gonna touch all the way around. Pretty okay. We don't need all that glue. It's not touching any of those sides. It's just gonna touch on the bottom. So instead, we'll put glue on the bottom. And then of course we crunched up our leaves, so readjust if you need to. That is just not sitting right because there's a hole in the bottom, Missy, duh. So it's basically, okay, I think I know. It's gonna touch the bottom side on one side because it's not big enough. It's not wide enough to go all the way around. So I just glued one side towards the bottom and then made sure that that side went against the vase. All right, so there's one. I am going to clean as I go, but if I don't, I won't remember what material I'm working with. I was like, did I just cut those or are those from last vase? Okay, let's turn this page and see what else we got. Okay, so or 1-2. I better put the lid on that Tupperware before I dump it. Okay. That is these leaves right here. So we're just going to cut out the square. Or roughly simulation of a square, as long as we don't cut the other parts. Okay, so first of all, we're going to fold it in half. So I'm going to use handy dandy ruler here. And then give it a hard fold. As close on that dotted line as you can. Okay, now we need our green wire. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Duh, there's 6 leaves, Missy. You're going to need 6 stems. They're going to be some different sizes. Let's see if we can get this kind of sort of straight. They're all whole centimeters, so I'm just going to use my mat. So we need a 7 centimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 6 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. 5 centimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 5. Now we do need 2 4 centimeters. So these are the only ones that are going to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a 3 centimeter. 1, 2. It's right on that bend, huh? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now what we want to do is, okay. I'm going to use my blade because we're going to poke a hole right with them folded, right? Yeah, right in the base of the green. We want it in the green, not that part of the white. That little triangular part, we want it in the green. Oh, only one side. Hold on. Hope you didn't poke anything yet. Just do one side. I knew that was wrong. I knew I was doing something wrong there. Okay. Okay. Now, we're just going to put one each through. And I'm going to poke them from the front to the back. And then what you'll do is we're going to glue these down afterwards, but they're not going to go past the top of the leaves. So and I like to make the cut with the blade, point of the blade. It's a little bit smaller than the wire. That way the wire finishes poking through and it's nice and tight, but it won't be jagged like as if you just tried to poke the wire through. It might be a little jagged and tear a little bit. This way, as long as you're gentle, it doesn't really tear. Okay, so whoop, 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 whoop. If we flip them over and lay them down, then we want to kind of pull them. We just need them in a little bit. Try to make them kind of close to the same amount that you have in on each of them. I mean, they don't have to be exact, but if they're widely different, then you're not going to have taller and shorter as much as you would if they were close to being inset the same. So underneath you can't really see, but I still have my different heights. Okay, so now what we're going to do is with our Aleene's, just going to glue. I'll even go over it, but make sure you get on the base of it too, underneath where, before it pokes through. And I'm probably not getting all of my edges. I'll come back and get those after I cut them out. Now bend those over. Try to make sure they're kind of straight. Where are my scissors are hiding? I'm just going to cut them out individually because it's easier for me to deal with one wire at a time versus 6. You did not say straight. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over with the wire part because I'm going to now use my blade, and I want to get that little bit underneath it. And if I have it on the other side, I can't really see where the wire is to cut around. There we go. Just pull it out. Now we're just going to trace the leaf. I'll be honest, not all my leaves are perfect. I've done many of these, and at least we only have 6, I can say that. Try not to hold on to the wire, because as you're cutting and the paper wants to move, it may tear the paper. Oh, I didn't cut through all the way. And it's up to you if you want to cut out all this little white bit inside the leaves. Now I've done it both ways, and I'll say it does look much nicer without the white on there, but I have left it before. See the difference there? It just makes it, I think, look better. They're just kind of hard to hold on to because of you don't want to hold the wire, and they're small, and I didn't get nearly enough of that white. Oh no, I just tore. Yep, that is one of the pitfalls. It's okay, we'll get it back on there. See, no harm, no foul. Well, definitely going to show on that side. One side's usually better than the other. Maybe I'll use scissors to round those off. I'm going to try one. I'm not the greatest with scissors, so there's this kind of this little point on the top, and I don't think I'm getting it very good with the scissors. So that's not the part that took me longer. Anyways, it was in between the leaves that takes a bit longer. See there on the top, I did not, there was no whoosh with the scissors. Sorry, I know I'm quiet. I'm just really concentrating on these dang leaves. At least they're the big ones. I've also worked with much smaller ones, and I'll tell you what, those are harder. Those are much harder to work with when you're trying to, especially to cut in between the leaves. The really small ones, oh. So I will take the bigger ones any day. That's a lot of white up there, didn't I? And I know if you need to fast forward through to when I get done, I totally understand. But I want you to know just how long it takes. That's why I do my channel the way I do my channel. show you the whole process. It's like, oh, I'm only cutting out 6 leaves, right? But if you do it, you know, all the way, like if you go in between the leaves and everything, it's going to take a minute. So, because before I was recording, I'd be like, oh, I've got 5 minutes. I could do some little something, right? And I would work on it in little tiny bits. I don't anymore because I don't edit. I format my videos, but I don't edit them, so I can't put multiple videos together to make one big one. So when I sit here for an hour, I'm sitting here for an hour. I'm doing it an hour at a time, or however long it is. But when I'm not recording, I can do just, you know, 5-10 minutes here and there. And I might, before my first one, I might have looked at this and went, oh, that's not that bad. I can do that. This is not a quick project, these 6 leaves. Not really. Now we have them all cut out. Now we just need to match them up. So we're take out very carefully. I think what it was is my glue was not all the way dry. Oh no, it's going to do it every time on that one. It's the skinniest one. Yep, dang it. Okay, that one's getting left. That little white strip. I'm 2 for 2, and I'm not going to go 6 for 6. Oh my gosh. I really want this white out, but I don't know. It tore there too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to give it one more shot. I've never had them tear like that before. We might just go with these 2 in the front and the rest in the back with the white still in them, because I don't want to tear these up. Let me see. We need the wood, oh, the big wooden oval. I'm just going to see what they look like. That one is heck a lot taller. I don't want it that much taller. I'm going to trim that one up a little bit. And this is where your artistic license come in. This is where, you know, you make it look like how you want it to look. Because they're wire, we can kind of spread them out a little bit, bend them a bit. Okay. I am going to try the there's no hole, and it's too big for all of these. The wires aren't filling it up, so I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't want it very, very tall because I want a lot of the stems, but I do want them to be able to kind of bury into something, and I'm thinking if I can get this in there. It's a small hole. Okay, I'm going to push it up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue around the inside here. And then I'm going to push it back down. Okay, that's also going to help pack it. So now, yeah, see how it's not just flying around? Because it can kind of get down into that tissue, into that paper towel. What I'm going to do, go into, because I have the precision tip, I can go right above that tissue and squirt some glue in there. And then when I kind of push these into that paper towel a little bit, they'll get that glue on them. Yeah, I'm not cutting out the rest of these whites. I would like to, but it's just they're too flimsy. Now that looks much, much better, I think. Okay, so there is our second little plant. That's a big plant, so stay up. You're not going to stay up. If I lean you against there, there we go. Okay. That took us half an hour to get those two done. Sorry about that. Let's do a couple quick ones. So let's get our plastic plant, and then we need the wooden one that's like got the rings around it, and then our yellow one. Let's get, whoop. Okay, so we're going to take and leave the bottom. So there's kind of a 4 around the bottom, and then there's a little bit of a space, and then the rest of the top. So we're going to take and cut these right at the top of those bottom 4, but don't cut the 4. So just cut that top bit off. Well, there's actually 5. That's fine. So this top bit is going to just go into our spiral one. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I keep hitting that shelf. I'm going to just put a little bit of this at the bottom, because otherwise I should have done it with that one, but there's not really much for it to hold on to. I'm losing it. There's plenty of room. Why are you not going down? It's in there. Okay, I'm just going to, I'm not going to force that whole thing. I'm just going to just force it up a little bit more. I'm not even going to glue that because it's so tight. Because what I was going to do was put the glue here and push it all the way through, and it's not going. So now we'll just put some glue around the bottom here. And then down into that tissue. And see how nice it stands up now? Nice and straight. So with this one now, so normally I would just go through. They do have us pull it down. Oh, they want us to push it through a little bit so it kind of pulls the leaves in. But wow, that's not gonna fit. See if I can get a little bit of that center nub out, a little bit more of it out. Not, not a whole lot. Wow. Okay, it's not gonna, I'm just going to put the glue right over the in the center. Little bit around the edge because those leaves are gonna touch down on there, and then push that through. Pull it tight. I wished it would have went in a little bit more, but it's not going to, I don't think. One more push. Oh, no, my tweezers went in beside it. That means it should go in though. If my tweezers can fit in there, why can't you? Okay, now give me my tweezers back. We got it in a little bit. It just keeps popping back out though. There we go. That's how they show it in, kind of, in the picture. It's much more condensed there. Now I actually, that's better. If you liked it more spread out, you don't have to pull it all the way through. I think it looks more kind of like a little cactus this way. A little succulent maybe. I just want to get enough of that off. It's not going to make the whole thing sit sideways or something. Oh, come off of there. Guess what? It's sitting sideways. Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh my goodness. You're a tiny piece of plastic. You're not going to win. Okay, so there we go. So I did end up pushing up just a little bit more so it wouldn't stick out. So yeah, however you like to do it. Do you like it nice and tight? Do you want it spread out more? Whichever one is your preferred look. Dum, 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 dum. Where are we at? 41. So we have 1, 2. Oh, we have more of those leaves with the stems. I don't want to do those. 7 of them. 7 more of those. Oh. So let's do... No, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I know it's a little bit early, but we have to wrap and puncture and make more. And I'm just not doing it tonight. Yeah. So we have half of it, over half, because we needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 4 done. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I already. Oh, there's 7. I was like, what? So we need 1, 2, and 3 left. So we're over halfway done. Okay, sounds good to me. Well, thank you guys so very much. I appreciate every single one of you that stops by. I love to see those numbers. It just gives me goosebumps and tickles my fancy and tickles my funny bone and all of the above. I just love it. I love you guys. You're so amazing. So thank you again. Come back next time when we will finish up, cross our fingers, hopefully, finish up the flowers so that we can move on, because I'm ready to move on. So thank you guys again, and I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.